families and friends, welcome back to Mira's Kitchen. Today I have a new recipe for you. Today I will be making beef spare ribs that I'm gonna bake in the oven. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you an easier process to cook your beef ribs less in the oven than the usual cooking time. So let's get started. So you want to add your beef ribs into a pot and cook them for about 10 minutes in hot water. If you add those babies into the oven without the hot water, without cooking them in the hot water first, they're probably gonna stay in the oven for a good 2 to 3 hours in order to cook properly. But this process, when you cook it for 10 minutes in hot boiling water, it's going to decrease that amount by at least an hour. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and allow this to cook for 10 minutes. So to make the marinade for the ribs, we're gonna use several ingredients here. So I'm gonna be adding a tablespoon of garlic powder. This is half a tablespoon that I'm using, so I'm gonna add 2. I'm also going to use 1 tablespoon of onion powder. This half a teaspoon of garlic sea salt. Half a teaspoon of paprika. I'm using regular paprika. Half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. Some honey. About a teaspoon. This just gives the ribs like a good caramelization. I'm also going to add some oyster sauce. A tablespoon and a half of oyster sauce. I'm also going to be adding some vegetable oil. Two tablespoons of vegetable oil. Onto that, I'm going to add fresh garlic. Fresh shallots, as well as some tomato salsa, about a 1/4 cup, and some onions that I have cut into rings. And you want to give this a very good mix. And go ahead and add about a tablespoon of soy sauce. And again, give it a very good mix. ribs have cooked for 10 minutes over the stove top. I went ahead and soaked them in ice cold water for about 5 minutes, and now I'm gonna marinate them and put them into an oven pan, and then I'm gonna go ahead and marinate them overnight for better results, of course, and then I'm gonna bake them in the oven for anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. So first, those onion rings I'm gonna add throughout the baking pan, and I like to do that because it allows the ribs to cook evenly when you have something like as a base. And they're also well marinated and coated with all the ingredients that we added, so it gives the ribs a very good flavor. So you want to coat your ribs with all the flavors. And like as I said, this is gonna stay in the fridge for a good, amount of hours. Like I said, I'm marinating this overnight, so when I wake up tomorrow morning, this would be fantastic. Just going into the oven, ready to go. I went ahead and marinated all the ribs. So now I'm going to cover them with plastic wrap, and I'm gonna place them in the fridge overnight, and then I will show you. I'll place them in the oven tomorrow morning on 300 Fahrenheit, 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and they should be fully cooked for about an hour and a half or 2 hours. I'll be able to let you know the exact time tomorrow once it's cooked. So here is my beef ribs have been marinated overnight. So I went ahead and brushed them with some oil, and I'm gonna go ahead and put them into the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, or maybe less. So I'll let you know the exact amount of time that cooked in the oven. That way you have an idea of how long it would be. So here it is before it goes into the oven. So I just took out the beef spare ribs from the oven. They cooked exactly for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and look how they look, guys. They look so delicious, juicy, have lots of flavor. Look at that. Here is the final touch. Beef spare ribs. That's very delicious. You can make at home. Please don't forget to check out the description box. I have all the ingredients and measurements there. And please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more videos, tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.